I just want to thank everybody for raising their hand and participating in Global Entrepreneurship Week.
Hello, man. Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Breeze again from Raw Marketing Group and Social Content Masters, here for a two-part webinar, seminar, in-person, some digital series. So we're going to be doing building high-converting landing pages using AI for the first half, and then for the second half, we're going to be going beast mode with Gemini, right? So if you guys haven't tested Gemini out, they just released Gemini Pro 3 or Gemini 3.0, right, which has a lot of pro different tools in there. And if you haven't used it, man, it's way more powerful than most of the models out there. It's actually beaten ChatGPT and a lot of the benchmarks as well, and it's beating everybody right now. So we're going to be using it to build the platforms that we're making today, and we're also going to be using it for other tools on how to market those platforms and how to market those services or those products as well. So going straight into it, if you guys didn't get that QR code, let me know, and then I'll get it back up on the board. So AI is revolutionizing website design. Why, right? Instead of hiring a website developer that is costing you a ton of money, and it takes a huge amount of time usually to build these types of websites, like 4 to 12 weeks, you know, even with us, at our best when we're building on things like WordPress and Shopify, it's still going to take us at least 2 to 3 weeks to really refine that product, especially going on a back and forth conversation with the client to dial it in. But the DIY builders require hours of learning, right? When you use Wix or when you use one of these other tools, you're almost spending 10,000 hours trying to get it to look like crap, right? Just to say the least, that's what I've seen most people do. And we don't want that anymore, right? And so our building framework that I'm going to be going over today is just defining your offer first, right? So that's a part of the website and that's a part of the landing page. So it's conversion optimized as much as possible. Build the context, craft the prompt, and then refine it with some precision as well. Let me also give you guys this one, and does anybody have their offer really well defined when they're selling? Like they know it's just, you know, this plus that equals that kind of deal. No? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let me give you guys this one. If you go to businessmindai.systemrevamp.com, if you guys want to take a picture of this is a tool that I created as well. You can log into this, you can put your business information in, and it'll spit you out a blueprint of different ways to craft your offer and different ways to serve your community or your audience with those offers. So again, that is businessmindai.systemrevamp.com. And if you have any problems with that, let me know right after and we'll dial it in, right? But essentially what we're going to be using in that context for the offer is the Hormozy offer equation, if you will. Easy. Okay, so back into the presentation. So what you'll need is an account on one of these platforms. If you're new to vibe coding and building in general, I would just use Base 44 because it's going to give you 25 free credits, which is 25 back and forth conversations on a free plan so that you can start building today. And then you don't need extra tools like GitHub and things like that in order to connect it. You'll want to have access to Gemini in general. If you have a Google Workspace account, that is free for you, the full version. If not, you can still use it on the free version and get a lot of extra value from it as well. You'll need basic information about you and your business, about your offer and your target audience, right? So something that you need to get in the process of is creating a master prompt for yourself anyway. So there should be a document that's living somewhere in your Google Docs or your Microsoft Word that has a context to the who, what, where, when, why of your business, what you do, and all your accolades and things like that. So you don't have to keep re-prompting that over and over. You can always copy and paste that into anything AI based and give it perfect context to who you are. It could do research based on these things, and then you'll get an output that's actually curated to you instead of one of these generic kind of crappy outputs, right? We want something that's actually going to provide usefulness for you. Things that are helpful to have is testimonials, some images, some graphics, examples of landing pages that you admire, and clear conversion goals. So one is just defining your core offer, right? So that's number one. If you guys aren't already on Business Mind AI, then something that you can quickly do is just use this value equation here, right? So it's the dream outcome times the perceived likelihood of achievement over time delay times the effort and sacrifice equals your offering the value that you're giving to the people. So if I'm a real estate agent, the dream outcome is to have people get the home of their dreams, probably. The perceived likelihood of achievement, like, hey, we're getting people into new homes, and every single time that they work with us, like, we've never failed to do that. So if it's 100 for 100, you definitely want to let people know that it's 100%. The time delay, right? Hey, we can get you into your dream home in less than 30 days, right? Or in less than 60 days. It's not going to take the full 90 or 120 on a delayed cycle of trying to buy a house. And then the effort and sacrifice, right? We're going to take everything off your hands. We're going to take care of all the paperwork. You're not going to have to do anything except to show up to a few houses, look at them, and then sign on the dotted line, right? If you can take all of those together, put them together, and then pump them into AI and have it give you a few different variations of an offer, and then see which one fits your business model the best, right? And if you do that, then you'll have something that's way more refined and will draw people to you and will make it like idiot proof to convert them and turn them into customers, right? It should feel like you're silly to say no to this because of how good the offer is, right? So that's what you want to do, is define that offer. All right. Next, you want to understand your audience. We go off of these 5 different areas, right? What are their demographics, pain points, their goals, the things that they hesitate to do, their objections, and then the language, right, that they're speaking in. Not like, English, Spanish, Chinese. I'm talking about the vernacular within that audience, right? So something that ends up happening to a lot of us is, if I'm a doctor, I speak with a lot of doctor terms, and then the person that I'm talking to doesn't understand what I'm saying. We're like, yeah, we're gonna get you the something hydrocodone. And then you're just like, yo, I don't know what that is. And then they try to break it down to you, and they're like, oh, well, this will help to take away the pain. This will help to, clean up your gut or something like that. You should lead with what it does in vernacular first, and then you can tell them on the back end, this is also what it's called, right? If you have a mechanism for that. Creating a value proposition. So this is a way that you make yourself a differentiator in the market, right? You make yourself different from everybody else that's in the market. It's maybe 1 to 2 things. There are businesses that literally do the same thing as somebody else, but they have one small feature that's different, right? So we go over a few different platforms, which I'll go into in a second, but one of them is called Rourke, right? And they can build apps on it. The one difference between Rourke and other AI builders is that it can automatically be published to the App Store or the Google Play Store directly from there, which is just like, oh man, if you want to do that, it takes one huge step away from you having to do that, right? So that's one thing that just made them a huge player in the market, and they're a little bit newer than a lot of the platforms that have been around for a while, like Lovable as well. So winning formula for that is pain problem plus the solution, plus the advantage, plus the proof. If you can provide all of that in a small statement to people, that is going to be a differentiator. It's also going to help you to elevate your elevator pitch, right? Your 30-second pitch, your 20-minute TED Talk, whatever that is, you should be able to define it super, super clean and plain for people. They should know exactly what it is. And if they know a person that needs it, they should know exactly who that person is as soon as you say it. Be like, you know what? My cousin needs that exact same thing. He was just talking to me a couple of weeks ago about it, right? So that should be the effect of when you tell people what you do and your unique sales proposition. Gather your offer details. Went over that. Use the tools that I gave you. But essentially, you want to have the name, the benefits, the main features, and then these are things that are going to help us to craft this landing page. Social proof, super important, right? People don't know how much you care until people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? I think is the phrase, how it goes. So they want to know that other people felt the same way about you when you helped them, right? And they want to know that you handled those people with diligence and with a fine-tooth comb, and that you made it very easy for them to translate all of these things that they were trying to transmute from pain point to the actual solution, right? So that's what you need: testimonials, case studies, logos of people that you've worked with in the past, statistics of things that you've done in the past. If you've helped a company make $1 million, you should have that somewhere on a landing page. And if not, how are they going to know that, right? Media mentions and certifications, anything that you have, grab all of those so that you can pump it into the AI. Step 2, building context for the AI, right? The brand identity, the tech specs, the conversion goals, the content assets. Again, you should have a master prompt for this. If not, you're just going to be on the microphone really quick talking about your business and telling it about yourself as much as you can in the prompt to give it that context. Defining the brand identity. So this is a little more nuanced. I would say do a little bit of research on it, but for the most part, are you professional? Are you casual? Are you playful? How do you talk to the audience? What's your tone? Is it conversational, formal? Are you calm? Are you an authority in the space, right? And then the visual style. Do you like clean, minimal, bold, vibrant, corporate, modern, techie, futurist, classic, right? These are the things that you should know about yourself. If you just had somebody else tell you what they feel about you and how they perceive you and your brand and how you already build your brand, then I think that's a little bit better of a measuring stick than you just figuring it out yourself sometimes, unless you're going to rebrand yourself into the thing that you want to be. Okay? Brand colors, super easy, not too crazy. Typography, if you need to know that, great. Tech requirements, don't need too much of this because we're just going to be using one platform. The conversion goal, do you want them to book a call? Do you want them to buy directly? Do you want them to fill out a form and download something directly? You know, every landing page, essentially, so here's the difference between a website and a landing page. A landing page has one conversion goal throughout the entire thing, right? So if it's booking a call, everything that I'm talking about is to get people to book the call. If it's to download this ebook, everything that I'm talking about is about downloading this one ebook. Versus a website that has multiple pages that's talking to them about everything, and where you can weave in multiple call to actions and things like that into the website, right? It's like, hey, we have a booking call calendar in there, but we also have a document that you can download, and we also have an About Us page that you can download all of our certifications and things like that as well, right? So if we're doing a landing page, which we're doing today, then you're going to want to have one goal in mind, whatever that goal is. Right? For me, it's usually booking a call. We do like strategy calls. It's 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on the business. It's way better for me to do that and to talk to them in person about the things that we found versus them just filling out a form and then now I have to call them and try to get them on a call anyway. It just takes away one extra step. So get them as close as possible to the thing that you actually want them to do on the website. If you're selling a physical product, they should be able to sell the physical product on the front page, right at the top of the page. If it's one item, it should be right at the top of the page that they could click buy now to purchase. If you're making them scroll down the page to find where your products are to then buy, that's counterintuitive. People's attention spans are now 8 seconds, and goldfish have 9-second attention spans. So we have super short attention spans. And if you think people are going to swipe down your website to find more about what they came to look for, God bless you. God bless you. All right. The content that you have, right? The text assets, visual assets, trust assets, choosing the platform. Again, if you're new to it, I would just open up Base 44 and do 25 credits. But if you're more advanced, the most advanced people I would say are probably using something like Cursor or Lovable. Cursor has the ability to do some pretty crazy stuff, and it also can live right on your computer. So you actually own all your assets right there on your laptop or on your MacBook or your desktop. Okay, Lovable, they're huge in the space. The way that they build things on Lovable is great. They actually raised a few $1 billion recently, so they're adding on to that platform all the time. And Replit is probably one of the oldest builders around, so they've refined their process a ton. They were like one of the first ones that I was ever put onto in the space. And then it took me almost like 6-7 months from hearing that to then going to build something finally. So cool. So Base 44 is good for speed, removes the development kind of knowledge gap for you. Cursor, again, for the most advanced, Lovable, Replit. Cool. Here's a comparison. What you want to do is, on any of these platforms, they have a specific model that you can build on, right? So when you look at it, you can click usually a little drop down that says the model, and it's like, oh, you want to use Claude 4.0 Opus, or do you want to use Gemini 3 Pro, or do you want to use, right? Today, I would say use Gemini 3 Pro for today's build as we go through it. And after I go through all these, we're actually going to start building these bad boys, right? And then I'm gonna help you guys refine it, right? So easy. Crafting the prompt. You're not just asking the AI a question, you're programming it with natural language to execute a complete and complex task. Easy. And then the anatomy of a high quality prompt. At least this is how I think about it, and this might be even much more to advance possibly. But the persona, who is the AI supposed to act like or be or emulate, right? What is the background, giving it the context of who you are and what you are, the objective of what you're trying to build, what are the different sections that you need in the landing page, right? More often than not, these AI builders are gonna have a pretty good knowledge base on how to build a landing page. But if it doesn't give you a full execution of what you're looking for, you need to know what to add next. It's like, oh, I forgot to put an about us. Oh, I forgot to put the testimonials. Oh, I forgot to put the video. You can add all those things in, but if you map it out ahead of time, then you can one-shot prompt it into the system and have it build it all, versus using your credits. Every time you have to have that back and forth conversation, you're using another credit, and then you get to 25 credits, and now you have to wait till next month. Right? And nobody wants to do that. So if you can take the full prompt and build it out, take time to build that prompt first, right? And there was a point in time to where, we used to have to break down the prompts because they couldn't necessarily build all that stuff at once. But now most of them can. Cursor can, Base 44 can, Lovable can, to a degree as well. So you can take all of it and then drop it in. And even if it doesn't build everything, you can say, hey, the next prompt is continue. Continue enter, and it'll build the rest of the stuff that it didn't build, right? Because you put in that first initial prompt. The visuals, what are the colors, what's the tone, what are the rules, right? Must be mobile responsive is something that's super important. Most people are on websites. 80% of traffic on websites is on mobile. So we build websites, we're using desktop, and sometimes we don't follow up to see if it's mobile responsive, and the button is off the page, man. The button is like so far off to the left, people can't see it, people can't click it because there's something over it, right? I've seen that before. I went to a website, the button didn't click. It was a picture of a button that they put on the page that didn't go anywhere. It was just an image. I was like, oh man, they probably don't even know that this is happening. And for every person that goes to your website, that's a potential person that could buy. Most decent websites, landing pages, they convert at about 1%. So for every 100 people that goes, one person will take the action that's on there. If you had 500 people go to your website and nobody bought anything, that lets you know there's something wrong, or they took no action. There's something wrong with the website, and you can see it, and you just look for it. And if you know what to look for, you'll be like, okay, yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, maybe I don't want the first call to action button to be all the way at the bottom of the page, making everybody read, because people don't like to read like that. Okay? The master prompt template, yeah, I've kind of already gone over this, so you guys should know what's going on with that. I'm breaking it down. Common mistakes that people have, a vague role, right? They're like, yeah, man, I want you to act like a marketer. It's like, okay, that's great. But I could also say, I want you to act as an ad specialist, or a Facebook and Instagram ad specialist that's award-winning, right? You can say all those things and give it way more context, so then it's pulling from the right people. The context void, building a landing page for my app, right? Just being super vague. I think to me that's vague again. It's just being vague again. The subject design, ignoring mobile, like I said, and then the mega prompt. Now you can do the mega prompt, but again, this is like an older presentation for me, so we had to teach people to break it down. Now you don't necessarily have to break it down, so just come up with the full prompt. Now, let's get into it. So if you have your editor open, whether that's Base 44 or Cursor or Lovable, you're going to want to open it up. You're going to want to talk about your business for a while. Or what you can do is we can go to ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever LLM that you love, and you can tell it, hey, my name is such and such from such and such business out in Las Vegas. Do research on me and tell me everything that you can find about my product, my service, what we do, our audience, and it'll do all that research, and then you can use that to then have the next prompt be, all right, now build me a prompt to build a high converting landing page for this business or for my business. And I'm building on Base 44 or I'm building on Replit or something like this. And it's going to give you a high quality, well-defined, oiled machine, right? So let me show you some of what I have here. Boom. So I use Manus a lot. Manus is one of my favorite AI tools ever in this world. They gave me a t-shirt. They sent it to me because of my usage. They were like, hey, you use it a lot, man. Can we send you a t-shirt? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Send it my way. I rock it every time, you know? But it's a perfect, well, I was gonna say perfect. Let me not mislead people. But it's a very good AI agent platform, as in you can tell it to do stuff for you and it'll actually go on the internet, open up a page and start clicking around and doing it for you, right? So on top of that, you can connect things like your calendar, your Gmail, things like that, and have it draft emails for you and send it. Have it make things on your calendar for you and lock those in. You can do all of that. But I just use it for my normal everyday driver. So my prompt was, I'm the owner of Social Content Masters in Las Vegas. We want to create a conversion optimized landing page using Base 44. We want to offer on this landing page social media editing. 12 reels for $500 or 30 reels for $1,200. We need you to also research us for context, but the landing page should be an expansive and detailed landing page. We want to use our blues, black, and yellow to accent. We also want interactive cell phone mockups on the landing page that we can use to showcase the videos. This landing page should be to the tune of a $10,000 landing page, right? Write me a detailed prompt to build this in Base 44. Easy. It took maybe a minute, 2 minutes, did all the research, pumped out this bad boy, the full prompt, way more detailed. All I did was copy from here, create the high-end boom, all the way to the bottom. Copy it, paste it into Base 44. This is that exact prompt. Perfect. It does all the research. It builds all the sections for you. Then it gives you what it tells you what it pretty much outputted, but obviously you can look to the right and see what it outputted, right? Stop editing, start growing. Content treadmill is burning you out. Easy. Your in-house content team on demand. So I can take a video and I can put it straight into this cell phone so it looks like the videos. I'm probably gonna use one from you, Sean, and put it right in there so people can see, because your videos are some of the cleanest, right? Cool. From your iPhone to viral ready in 3 simple steps. Upload the footage. We work our magic. You receive and you post. Super simple. Our team, they take all the content and they do everything. These guys are like magic, yo. They do all the transitions. They do all the B-roll. They do all the captions. They do all the color grading so that you don't have to, because that stuff takes a lot of time. So if you're going to save yourself 10 to 20 hours, you might as well just hire somebody to get it right that first time and then put it up so that you don't sit on 30 pieces of content that you're never going to post until it's way too late and it just becomes recap content. You're like, yeah, man, I did this this thing 2 years ago and I'm finally sharing it with you guys now. It's much more effective to share it in person and at that time. Boom, here's another mock-up, right? Content that captivates and converts. And I can actually drop multiple videos into this and people will be able to. And this is one shot, you guys. Like literally, I prompted this in one go. And it's pretty much perfect. I'm like excited because I didn't look at it beforehand. I wanted to be surprised with you guys as well. Right? Meet the masters behind the content. It's talking about the Social Content Masters team, frequently asked questions. How do I send you my footage? What's the turnaround time? Right? For a starter package, turnaround time is about 2 business days. I would say 5 business days. Cool. Then I could just say, change the turnaround time to 5 business days. And right there on the spot, it'll start to edit that. Can you use my brand fonts colors? What if I don't like the edits? We offer unlimited revisions. Do you offer film services as well? These are things that I did not tell it. It just went to my website, researched what we have, and it brought it into this landing page right now. Easy. Now it's just book my free strategy call. So the second part of this is you want to have a CRM on the back end of this collecting all the information, right? if you're a part of Promise Startups, you will have access to a free CRM that you can use that is powered by the WordPress of CRMs, and you can literally automate every single thing else on your website and on your landing page, right? So if I click book my free strategy call, it's taking me to this form. I could do something called web hooking, and I can web hook this form to my CRM. So when they fill this out, it just sends the information to my landing page. Something else that I can do is, instead of book the strategy call, I can go on my CRM, I could take the calendar that's there, and there's an embed code, and I can grab that, type it into here, and use this as the pop-up for the book the strategy call. And it'll embed that directly into this spot without you having to do anything. Super high-tech skill set, something that would take super long to do, you could do in literally a few minutes, just copy and pasting the code over, right? So if I go back up, literally, what's the turnaround time? It's already updated it 5 business days from that last prompt that I just did with you guys a second ago. Okay, is this resonating with you guys? Are you guys starting to understand it or starting to see the vision on it, right? This can be done over and over and over, like very fast. You can have the ecosystem of your services, of your products, and have it all landing page based and all linking to a website that was all built in literally. Like if I show you, can I show you guys something? Yes. Can I show you guys something?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's better. Okay, cool. So one of my clients, Shannon Ray of the Power Integration Center. So she helps, leadership, C-suites, but she does a lot outside of that. But what she does with them is she helps them to reclaim their power and learn their power style when it comes to leading an actual organization, right? And so she has so many different services. She's like, man, I need to productize all of these. She's productized them before, but they're all asymmetrical. Some are over here, some are over there. They don't have a core website that pulls and tells everything that they do. And a lot of people don't know what they do, right? They just came from a retreat in Bali. And all the people that were on that retreat don't also know that she does, women's work circles. They don't also know that she does plan integration. They don't also know that she does high-level executive coaching and system building there. They just know, hey, this is the deep spiritual awakening part of your business. Now, if they knew everything else, they could just find the next best service. They know you already. They went to Bali with you already. They're already a fan of you. They will be able to just get the next best service, but not if you don't have any pages. Okay. So literally all of these pages were built. I built them all in like 24 hours, let's say, right? So this is just a landing page for the retreat that they have. Cool. This is for her coaching. Super clean. She's worked with Hilton Grand Vacations, MGM Resorts, Tiffany, right? And these are all her case studies. These open up into full case studies to let you know exactly what they did with those companies. Easy. What the process is, what she does, more about her. Awesome. This one, literally what we did was we built in on the corner a video, her video playing on the bottom, and when I click it, it plays.
Welcome to Courageous Communication, where we're going to teach you a step-by-step process.
With a button to get started today that takes them right down to the forum so that they can enroll. Super clean, guys. I don't know if this is exciting for you, but that's exciting for me, man. That's exciting for me. Stuff like this costs a ton of money, right? There's a software out there called Typeform. They had a subsidiary software that they created called Video Ask. And Video Ask was literally you record yourself and then you have the video on the corner just like this. But then you would have to record a bunch of different sequence questions so then it could just ask questions and people could choose A or B. And when they press A, then it goes this way. And then you have another video talking about that, right? Very unique, very amazing software. You could build that into this, like that, right? And I'll give you one more and I'll go back. Super simple. Same thing again, right? The logos, the look, the aesthetic. Do you guys like the way that these landing pages look? Do they look like they will make you a lot of money if you built one for yourself? Yes. Come on. It's just that simple. And when I'm saying you need to build that master prompt for yourself, you can do this and other things with the AI if you have that master prompt in like literally a couple seconds. So create that for yourself, create that for your business, and then start to build that mug. Oh, sorry, I'm going into my, I need to be professional on the camera. Okay, so build that prompt out, go into whatever, ChatGPT, LLM, whatever you're using, and ask it to build you a high converting landing page for your business and give it your offer. Feel free to go ahead and do that now so that it builds it out. And then when you're done with that, don't wait for me. Go ahead and plug that into your favorite website builder, whether that is Base44, whether that is Lovable, whether that is Cursor. Go ahead and start doing that now. All right, do that now, like right now. Okay, and then I'm gonna keep going. I kind of want to go into the next presentation. How much time I got? Yeah, I definitely got to go into the next one. All right. So while you guys are building that, I'm going to go into the next presentation, which is, going beast mode with Gemini Pro 3, which is the best drop that we've had, you guys. It's kind of overpowered. I don't think that us normal humans should be able to use stuff this powerful, but we get to, and you will do so today. So welcome to the future. All right. So Gemini Pro 3, you can go to gemini.global.com. And then for Notebook LM, which is another tool from Google that I'm going to be going over, you go to notebooklm.google.com. Same deal. So the difference between what Google Gemini 3 Pro is bringing is the visual reasoning is super, super good, right, compared to the competitors. Video understanding. So you can give it a video or you can give it a link to a video and it can watch the actual video and have the context and know what happened in the video, which was not a clean capability before, right? You always had to get a transcript from the video and then pump it in to let it know what the context of the video was. But now, if there is no words on the actual video, Gemini can look at the video and tell you what's happening and give you full context to that, which is amazing. Image quality, it keeps the aspect ratio of whatever you're putting in, but they dropped something called Nano Banana, which is their image generation model, which is top flight security of the world, Craig. It's top notch. It's top notch. And I'll show you some of the stuff you can do there. Agentic capabilities, enhanced tools for building intelligent assistants, amazing. And then function calling, right? That's some more technical, right? So I'm not going to go too deep into that. Okay, so for one, the deep think mode that they have is one of the best reasoning modes. Have you ever had some times where you asked, ChatGPT or something, a question and it thinks for a long time and then it gives you an answer and the answer still is kind of, it's still kind of like off mark. Maybe it doesn't have the right context. Maybe it's not giving you the right information and you have to go back. Or sometimes it just has what's called AI hallucination, right? So it kind of made up some information to fill the gap of what wasn't there. With Gemini, it typically doesn't do that. And if you're using Notebook LM, it won't do that because you're feeding it the actual source materials, right? So that's the huge benefit of Gemini, of Notebook LM. But when it comes to Gemini in general, it's powered by Google. So when you're doing research, it's using Google's advanced search algorithm to find all the right content and pull all the right data. And it's validating that to see, are there citations? Is there more information to validate this before it gives it back to you, right? So the deep think mode is amazing. Okay, so Nano Banana Pro, I was talking about that a second ago, and then I'm gonna go into it and actually show you these things because it's amazing. But the context, it gives you amazing visually rich context with your content that you're making. It's able to give you actual text now. Have you tried to make a flyer with one of the AI image models and it just like the words are just trash and atrocious and it'd be putting 2 C's and 5 F's and it's just like, yo, this isn't a word. Like you have to go back and try to fix it and you try to Canva it out or you try to, right? Nano Banana typically is not going to do that. And more importantly, if it does do that, Nano Banana can be used to edit, right? It can be used to actually edit pictures, to edit flyers, to edit images. I took a flyer that was from an event months ago and they were redoing the event and all I did was pump a picture in and tell it to change the date and change a couple more things. It changed the date on that picture and gave it back to me so that I didn't have to go in Canva and actually edit those things. That is crazy, right? You can feed it images of yourself, front, side, profile, and have it create images of you, pictures of you. And it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate, guys. And if it's not accurate, I'll give you guys one hack. There's an app called Retake, right? To where you pump in a bunch of pictures of yourself and then it'll let you make micro nuance changes to your face. Because sometimes you take a good picture, the picture itself is good, but you blinked. Damn, now I can't use it, right? Or the picture's perfect, but you had like a weird smirk on your face. And you're like, everything else is perfect about this picture, but I don't like how I'm turning out in it. You can use Retake in order to change those things. So when you pump those together, you have Nano Banana that gives you a picture that's almost perfect, but it has something weird on your face, some expression that's not proper on your face. You can take that, put it into Retake, and it'll fix that. And now you have a perfect image like of yourself. It's you, right? And you can put yourself anywhere. I just tried it. Like I put a picture of me in front of Live nightclub in a suit. And then my sister was like, oh yeah, I see you doing big things. I'm like, all right, cool. So if you can't tell the difference between that and what's real, then everybody else really has no context. And the things that we think that people will notice in pictures on us, people don't pay attention like that. They don't pay attention like that, right? You're like, oh man, there's a little mole way down in the corner on my neck. Everybody's gonna know that's not me because I don't have that mole. Nobody's gonna know that, right? So if it's close and it's about 95% of the way there, then you might as well use it, right? If you want to elongate your beard, if you want, if you want to slim your face up, if you want to do anything, you could do that now with Nano Banana, and then you could use something like Retake in order to clean it up. Very cool. High fidelity outputs. It can now do 4K outputs, 2K outputs. You can. It's just crazy. I'm gonna have to show you guys because it's crazy. All right. The next feature in Gemini is the canvas mode. If you are using it, you hit the tools button at the bottom and you click canvas and then you type in your prompt. Now what it does is it opens up another window and it actually writes whatever it was creating in what is an editable doc right inside of Gemini, so you can start editing and playing with it. Then there's gonna be a button up top that's the create button, and you can turn it into more things, guys. Like you can take a document that was researched from whatever and you can click create and then you can turn it into a web page with one button. You turn it into an infographic with one button. You can turn it into flashcards, right? You can turn it into a lot of things right away. Next is the Gemini gems. So if you're in Gemini, you want to go to the gem manager, and this is like a pre-instructed playground for you to have a conversation with prior to. And you can give it context by uploading up to 10 documents as well. And so you're always conversing with that same AI brain when you're trying to do things, right? So you're saving the instructions, and I can show you these. You give it the context, you give it a tone, you can collaborate the entire gem with somebody else so they can also use that gem for themselves if it's something that's super curated. And I use this for my team. For my team, I share all of my gems with them so that they can do the things that I'm doing at a high level. And we have a very AI first approach. If I ask you to do something, you should validate this task with AI and get you yourself an SOP on how to do it. Then you can start doing the task, right? So then they don't have to ask you 100 times over exactly what you meant. When I told you what I meant, I just didn't want to talk to you for 30 minutes about what I meant, right? So there's the difference. So to get to that, you're going to go to Gemini. On the left, you click Explore Gems, and then on the top right, you'll click New Gem. Right? You name the gem, you write the instructions, and then you upload any documents that you want. And I'm telling you, it's like the project feature in ChatGPT, but they had it first in Gemini called Gems. So really, really clean, guys. Now into Notebook LM overview. This is, think of it as like a personalized research assistant. It's able to find all of the information at a high level, but you can also use it to create things from that information that are so next level that you will not believe that this is real now. It's crazy. So you can create things like audio overviews, video overviews, mind maps, reports. And let me show you what that means. An audio overview. is a podcast episode off the information that you created. So you have it do all the research. You don't want to read it, so you have it create an audio overview. It's 2 AI voices having a conversation back and forth for as high as 40 minutes, a full podcast episode teaching you this stuff. So if you're a podcast listener and that's how you specifically learn, this is one of the greatest tools ever, because you're taking specifically what you want to learn and turning that into a podcast episode with all the context from that document. Super crazy. This one was even crazier. I just discovered this one maybe like 3-4 days ago. Video overviews. It does the same thing, but it creates an entire video of somebody talking with all the slides for that video and goes through and teaches it to you. So if you like YouTube videos, but you can't find one specifically on what you need to learn, but the information is out there, you can pull all that information and turn that into a video overview and watch that video now, which gives you data visualization, process breakdowns, tangible concepts, something visible for you. So for all our visual learners, this is going to be a huge, huge tool. You always want to learn the way that is most accessible to you. Some of us are audio learners, some of us are visual learners, some of us have to do with our hands. To me, if I'm using Notebook LM, it's kind of like doing it with my hands as well, because I'm finding all the things that I want. I'm clicking to create all of these different tools. You have an integrated studio panel, so it has all of these tools all in one spot, and it's 8 different tools all in one spot. It's crazy. And then you're also able to share this with other people as well, collaborate with it, right? So GEMS automate routine tasks. For students, the video, the audio overviews, it creates accessibility for learning. Canvas creates custom quizzes, custom flashcards for them to learn. You can actually, oh man, the audio overview has something that's called an interactive mode, to where they're having the podcast episode, you click join in, and it's like you're a caller on a podcast and you're asking a question, and then the 2 speakers start talking about it in real time and giving you the context of the question that you just asked. Do y'all know how crazy that is? That's crazy. You're a caller on a podcast that you created with AI. What am I doing? You know what I'm
Demo that for us?
Yeah, I'm about to demo it next. It's like,
I believe you when you text me that.
I say, oh man, I can't even believe this is real, man. Okay, so let me actually go to the platform. I'm gonna go to Notebook LM. This is one that I just literally created, right? So all that I typed in was, okay, here it is. I want to know as much as we can about building a landing page. Fantastic. I'm gonna just import all these docs. Whatever it found, I'm just gonna go ahead and import it all, and we're gonna call it, good content without me actually reviewing it. Now, I just wanna click audio overview, and you can see it starts to generate the audio overview, right? But you don't have to just wait for that. Okay, I'm gonna make a video overview, I'm gonna make a mind map, I'm gonna make the reports, I'm gonna make this off. I'm gonna do the infographic, and then I'm gonna make a slide deck about it. Cool. So now all of these are generating at the same time: audio overview, video overview, the infographic, a mind map, and a slide deck, okay? So we're gonna come right back to that. Give me a second. I'm gonna let those generate. I'm gonna go into Gemini right now so you guys can see the other tools that I was talking about in full context. Cool. So on Gemini, similar to ChatGPT, it looks like a familiar interface, doesn't it? Great. Deep research, create videos. You can create up to with a free version, you could create up to 8-second videos with VO3, like movie level studio quality, indistinguishable from real life videos with actors in it. Amazing. Create images, use Canvas, and then guided learning. Guided learning is you have a topic and it actually walks you through it. It teaches you it, but then it asks you questions as you're learning, going along the process, so that it validates that you actually know what you're learning, right? So that's amazing. If I open up this side panel here, this is where, look, guys, I literally made the flyer for today with this. Okay, so hey, use this to create a flyer for build your own high converting landing page. Cool. Oh, the text is too high. Move the words to right about midway. It did, but it left the first ones. Okay, cool. Remove the text at the top. Boom. Now it's this finalized version. That's quick, guys. That's quick. And then I had another one, right? Okay, I needed to go a Gemini Masterclass Beast Mode with Google. Same thing, and put all the text for me and everything. Now, and this is like a pro tip, this little star on the bottom is what it generates with every Gemini image, right? If you have an iPhone, you can take this image, you can click the edit button at the bottom, and there's a little eraser tool that says clean up the image. And all you have to do is like literally swipe over it with your finger and it'll delete the star. So now it's just a clean copy for you. Another way to do that is with Canva. You can use the, the pixel deleter or one of those things to remove that star. Super crazy. Now, if I go into the gems, like I was talking before, I told you I use this a lot, right? So I got a bunch of gems here, stuff that I've used, but these are really dope, right? So elevator pitch creator, a logo prompt gem. So to create a logo specifically on this business, I tell it the business, I use this gem and it pumps out a prompt that I can use to create it on Nano Banana or any other platform. Viral VO3 generator. It gives you a prompt for creating videos of VO3. $100 million money models gem, right? So Alex Hormozi's book that he just broke the world record on, the most amount of books sold in a day or something like that. We got all of the data, all of those books, and we're able to pump it into one model for me to just access. So then I can ask it questions about the book or give it context, and it gives me the answers as if it's Alex himself. Crazy, crazy. I shouldn't even be showing you guys all this. This is it's a lot. This is a lot. This is probably infringement or something. I don't know, right? NEPQ Discovery Call Architect, right? So there's a guy, his name is Jeremy Miner. He uses NLP, but he created his own system of how to do sales and sales questions and creating the actual architects of a sales cycle. And you take those books, you put it in, and then it helps you to create the sales conversations for your business. Because sometimes we don't know how to sell. It's not an inherent skill for anybody, I don't think, but really it's just the process of asking the right questions. And the right questions are questions that have people draw the right conclusions, right? And create the context for themselves. And so it's helping you to create those questions for yourself. Now, if I go into one of these, boom. It's literally just having a conversation. Hold on, let me go back because I want to show you guys the actual look of it on the inside when you're building one of these. One sec. Let me find the one I was at. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you go. All right, so if I'm editing it, this is the name of it. You can add a description. You don't have to, but you can add a description on what this gem is supposed to do. And then all you do is put in a prompt of what it is. What are the instructions? What is this supposed to do? So it's supposed to generate a custom multi-phase discovery call script using Jeremy Miner's NEPQ framework for any product or service. What it does, it accepts user input about their product. It doesn't have to be this long to be effective, but what I did was I created a gem that can create gems. It's almost too meta, right? It's almost too much. So what I did was I said, okay, cool. You're the the gem builder meta gem. Your job is to transform fuzzy gem ideas into high clarity implementation ready instructions optimized for Gemini's gem manager environment. And then it gives the full instructions. So now if I have any idea, I could just take it, have the conversation, plug in what my idea is. It gives me the prompt. I copy and paste that into the instructions of the gem. Cheat. It's a cheat code, man. It's a cheat code. All right, now if I go back into this, where is it? It actually shows you a history of other times that you've used this, right? So for Social Content Masters, we did this exact process. Boom. I'm the owner of Social Content Masters in Las Vegas, looking to do discovery calls. Our main offer is full social media management, in which we script, film, edit, and post, and on and on and on, just giving it the context. Now it breaks it down into phases. Hi, thanks for taking this call. So we have about 15 to 20 minutes or so. So I just want to use best of our time. Could you walk me through what you saw or heard about in our work that prompted you to book this call today? Very easy. That question opens up, okay, why did I book this call? What am I actually hoping to get out of this call? Sometimes people book and they don't know that stuff. They're like, oh, he does this, so let me just learn a little bit about it. No, what is your intention with it? What are you actually trying to do out of it? And so on and so forth, right? You guys get the idea. Now, if I go back into Notebook LM, let's see what we have. All right, here's our audio overview.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are jumping into one of the most transformative shifts happening in business right now.
It really feels like it's everywhere.
It is. We're talking about how AI is redefining digital creation, and not just by writing a bit of content, but by building entire websites in minutes and secretly optimizing them.
Right, for maximum conversion.
Exactly.
Right, from that.
Is to really understand three.
I don't know if everybody got what is happening. This is a whole podcast that just got produced just now.
Rigorous content quality.
Right. All right, check this out.
And finally, the advanced AI.
Interactive mode. So this is the podcast still. Is going to play. Hold
Welcome
on.
back to the deep dive.
As it's
Today,
talking,
we are jumping into
I hit join.
the most transform. Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Yes, I was wondering what is the top 3 most powerful AI vibe coding platforms out?
That is a great question.
And it actually touches right on what we were about to dive into.
When you asked about AI vibe coding platforms, it sounds like you're looking for AI tools that help generate the look and feel or the vibe of the site.
Exactly. Since true vibe coding is a new term, let's connect it to the most powerful AI design and content generation tools we've found in the sources.
We can break it down into 3 areas that give you the biggest boost in speed and style.
Okay, let's unpack those.
First up, for sheer design and prototyping, Framer is a huge player.
Framer's strength is that live prototyping experience.
What's going on? What's going on?
Great for quickly capturing a specific vibe.
That's a huge shift from traditional design tools.
Now, if you like the discussion, you thumbs it up. If you don't like the discussion, you thumbs it down, right? Sometimes they talk too much, so I'll just be like, all right, thumbs down. You talking too much. Give me the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just like.
I just made it. No, those not real people. Come on, that's direct live. All right, next we have the it's here. So these are the slide decks that it created, right? Boom. Augmented creativity. What a good title. That's crazy as a title. Okay, good. Digital landscape demands unprecedented scale, right? It gives metrics, right? AI powered builders, things like Unbounce, Framer, Wix. Not my choices, but hey, it's out there. Cool. Again, I didn't validate the sources that I pulled from, so it probably has some article about these platforms, this, whatever. But if I was vetting those articles and finding the right stuff, now it's a closed loop of just the content that I want to create out of, which is amazing. But look at this slide deck, man. This is nice.
And this is all base 44, right?
This is Notebook LM.
Notebook LM.
Yeah, that's building all this stuff right now. And this is Google's product.
So anybody that invests or creates a business with this AI gonna be way ahead of the game.
Way
They're
ahead.
gonna be millionaires later on.
Yeah, man, so many
You gotta
things.
have the knowledge, and as the new knowledge come out, you get to learn it and teach it.
Exactly. There was so many things in business that took so long before AI. Like I remember spending 6 months to build my business plan. Does anybody remember that? We're in a business plan and it's not even good at the end. Like you talk to the expert and he's like, oh yeah, well, what's your 5-year projection? You're like, oh damn, I didn't even I even think about that. I'm just giving you, you know what I'm saying, what I see in the business so far. And they're like, yeah, well, you got to give me forecasts based on what you did and then giving me reasons on why it will scale to this level. And yo, I didn't know any of that stuff, right?
Why I should invest.
Why I should invest. That's another one, like pitch decks, right? How long have people built pitch decks out and then they still just aren't good enough because, so a pitch deck is what like businesses use to talk to investors, right? So that slide presentation talking about, my SAM, my TAM, my target addressable market and all this serviceable addressable market or whatever, all that stuff, it can be researched and pulled into a slide deck like it's nothing, and it at least gives you a chance to get the investment because probably what you have is really good, but you just can't articulate it to the way that it needs to be for somebody to put the money behind it. Maybe they ask a question that you didn't know that they would ask, but you would kind of know what most people will ask if you're using AI because all of these people ask similar questions, right? Who are the people on your team? How long have y'all been doing it? How big is the market? Is it growing or dying in the market? Who are your competitors? What makes you unique? These are all the questions that the VCs ask you all the time, right? If you're in that space, you'll know that. But if you're not in that space, you can easily know that with a tool like this, right? All right, next up. This is not the mind map, the infographic. Okay, let's see how the infographic is for the AI web builder. Clutch. The AI web revolution, promise versus peril. The promise, AI as a creative co-pilot. The peril, risk of unchecked automation. SEO penalties, factual errors, loss in brand voice or originality. We've gone over how to make sure the brand voice is on and how to make it original with your unique sales proposition and to make your offer something that's unique. The legal and ethical dangers, risks of copyright infringement, because people can build this stuff super fast. We're living in a world where everything is more decentralized, right? It's not only for one or two people to be at the top of this pyramid because they know the keys and they have the keys to the kingdom and they're not sharing that information. We can all get a piece of that information and then we can do things to help our local communities and our communities right around us with these tools, right? So instead of everybody going, for example, to Walmart to buy all of their stuff, you can buy from a local person that is selling the clothes that you're looking for because they built their business big enough using these tools that they're able to do everything that they need to do in order to service it, right? So that's the world that we're living in now, and that's where we're about to go into the future. All right, next is the mind map. Boom. I don't know. I like mind maps. I'm a very visual learner as well. I have a partially photographic, so I can see stuff and I could bring it right into my long-term memory and start pulling from that information. But AI in digital creation and design, AI-powered web creation, AI and conversion rate optimization, AI-powered dynamic website, and all of these expand even more into more core concepts, right? And then when you click on them, it goes into the chat and it starts to give you the context or give you the sources about whatever you're clicking on the mind map. And then you can just download the full mind map fully extended. That's crazy. I don't know if that's crazy to y'all. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I think it's some of the best tools that we have out. And if you were trying to create your business, validate your concept, and actually bring it to market, this is the way to do that. This is the way to give yourself the full context and the full understanding of what you're aiming for. And then you can use another tool to build a website for it. And now you're in the game and you're launched in 24 to 48 hours, right? You don't have to wait until the actual, passion for it dies down. Or you don't have to wait until you're 2 years into the business to where that resentment starts building up because you haven't hit the numbers that you want to hit yet. Right? These are things that you could do now. If you could start helping somebody now with your service versus 3 years, not only are you helping yourself, you're helping them get that 3 years earlier, right? Any questions on any of this stuff? Yeah. Have you guys started building yet that platform, that landing page? Any of them kind of looking good that anybody want to showcase something?
This isn't my computer, so I couldn't get onto my level. I just did this like a couple days ago. It took me longer than you're describing, but
yeah, find that login. I would love to see it. You had a question?
I don't know. You said, does anybody want to show their landing page?
Oh yeah. Do you have it where I can pull it up, or do you want to just come up and then put it on the laptop?
I can come up and put it.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of this stuff you're talking about. I've been using this app that has freelance workers. What the app is called?
Like Upwork or Fiverr?
Fiverr.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much put it together for me. But with this information that you're giving me, I'm like, wow, my mind is blown. So I do want to start by saying that before I go up there.
Come on, man. I'm glad to hear it. I do this stuff with AI all the time, and my mind is blown when they release some of these newer features. Like the interactive podcast thing was like crazy. Next level. Yeah, feel free. Come on in. Feel free to have a seat, my man. And then where can I find the landing page? Or did you want to type it?
Want me to get her? Okay, go ahead.
There she goes.
Website we work on?
Nice. All right, so Press Beyond, 13 years of experience, do personal training.
Yes.
Super dope, super dope. Thank you for your services. People need it. We out here looking weak a little bit, man. Sorry. Awesome. You got a 6-week challenge.
Win 2 tickets to the Raiders.
Nice.
Yeah, so my goal is to keep people encouraged and keep going. So if you win, you get 2 seats to the Raiders.
Nice. And where is this built? Like what platform right now?
Again, you have the platform.
Yeah, so like WordPress, Wix, Shopify, some of them.
Oh, Shopify.
Shopify?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Were you thinking of selling physical products as well?
Yeah, so if you go to pricing, I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right, dang.
Yeah, I prefer
That boy buff.
bodybuild.
That's dope, bro. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. Okay, so then we have personal training, online training, consultation. If I hit consultation, dope. Awesome. And then does this take me to a calendar after I pay?
No, that I need to update it. I needed to get to the point where it's easily accessible, like easy to navigate. Because a lot of people that I have done business with are like, I didn't even know that it'll take you to like a whole nother page, but it's still connected.
Right.
Versus it just be one whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I try to articulate that through Fiverr, they're like, oh, I don't know what are you asking for? It's like,
Yeah, the language barrier on the conversation for sure. All right, so check this out. I want to say research, press beyond.org.
yeah, pressbeyond.org.
Go through the entire landing website.
Right now, so they're gonna submit this prompt to Manus, which you could submit this kind of prompt to lots of tools.
Oh, so it's actually how can the assistant and help him with his business.
Cool. So this is something very easy you could do, right? So research pressbeyond.org, go through the entire website and build me a base 44 prompt to rebuild it even better. So what Manus is going to do is it's actually going to think, it's going to open up its own Manus computer in which, it'll start looking through the website. So it's going to give it to us maybe 5-10 minutes. So if you don't mind, I'll have you come right back, and then I'm gonna pop it. I'm gonna pop this into Base 44. We're gonna build it, and then I'm gonna, unveil it to you live here in a second.
Wow.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Let's do it. But as you can see, Manus, like I said, it's really dope. It's going through the actual website, it's scrolling through, going through all the pages, noting down the things that it sees. Here's the navigation. Here's the visual elements, the color scheme, and keeping it true to form.
I am.
It's pretty crazy.
I am.
What is this called?
Okay.
This one is called Manus.
Manus? M-A-N-I-S?
US, uh-huh.
M-A-N-U-S. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm glad I came.
Of course, man. Glad to have you here. Yes.
I'm not ready yet, but I'm just saying that part of the selling piece for him is what he has in his hand while he's doing what he's doing.
Come on now. Yeah. He just made the whole stream spike in numbers when baby showed up. That's always it.
Kids do it.
Yeah. When I was younger, well, we still have it today, but we had a dance crew out here, and then in the early years we started street performing, and we had to learn how to busk, as they call it, right? Street performing and making money like that. And most people don't know, but 80% of that is you knowing how to interact with the crowd and actually talk. It's not even about the skill. You could be the best in the world and not make any money just because you don't know how to interact and turn it into an actual show, right? And so one thing that we would always do is there's like a kid that's in the crowd and they loving it and you can see them dancing a little bit. We like have them come in, you know what I'm saying? Come in the circle and dance with us or do something, you know, give them some noise and, you know, encourage them. And everybody makes a lot of noise. Everybody feels good. Everybody smiles. And because of that, they'll you know, pay us more because they just love that. And it's very encouraging to the kid, right? Like you're giving them an audience to really showcase and build their skill set and feel confident in front of a crowd of people. You know, so it's like dual purpose. But yeah, man, if you can tie in your why to your website as well, you know, why you do the things that you do, what got you into this, and then, you know, why you do it now, that's going to propel you much further, right? And it's going to allow people to really resonate with that and then buy into your core brand and what you do. So that's just, you know, a tip from me. But yeah. That's what I got, man. That's what I got. And as soon as somebody has something that they want to showcase, please let me know, because I would love to really highlight how some of these are building. I know that it gets scary to watch it build, but at the same time, once it gets put up in front of people, they can just give you some tips, right? They can give you one or two things. Oh, I would change this. I'll move this. If it makes sense, just prompt it and see how it looks. And then if you don't like it, you literally can click one button and revert that message and it'll take that edit off. So you're not going to wreck your website. You can go back to previous iterations and previous versions of that website. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm.
Breeze, I have a question for you, man.
Yeah.
You have all these different AI like sites for like Lovable and Replit and all these things to like generate websites and landing pages, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the others like general purpose, kind of like ChatGPT, Gemini 3 Pro. Is Manus one of those general purpose?
Yeah, Manus to me is it's a multitude, right? So it's kind of like a can do everything AI. It's pretty strong. I can't even explain, but I use it as, you know, that general purpose, right? So if I'm trying to create something or I'm trying to get context to something, I just typically use Manus because I know that it's gonna do a little bit of a better job researching, and it's actually going to open up those pages and look, not just pull the content from those pages, but actually get a context to why things might have been built a certain way on those platforms. And so to me, it's a slight bit better at creating that. And then on top of that, Manus gives you it can create those documents natively inside. So like, you know, you can have it do something and it'll create everything in one. You know, like it creates all the docs for something. You could be like, hey, give me 10 episodes of this broken down into a separate document for each of them. You know, this presentation literally is made with Manus. So
How do you determine when to use Manus versus Gemini 3 Pro or something?
it's more a preference thing, but then there are certain things that are better on one platform than another, if you will. Like Claude overall is like really good for talking about like code and things like that, and it's also good for writing. So if you want like a more unique writing style that doesn't necessarily sound like AI, most people will go to Claude. If you're looking for news information or relevant current world data and information like that, you might want to use Perplexity because it's kind of the best for news right now. Right? Gemini is like, it's the best search engine in the world because it's built on Google. So if you need to pull a lot of different sources and context, and now with the Pro 3, it just is kind of the best at doing a lot of different things, as well as it links directly into your Google Workspace. So then you can take this stuff and move it directly over. It's kind of like, it's super utility for me. That's why I use it like that. ChatGPT, their projects feature similar to the gems in Gemini, but their projects feature can take up to 25 documents where Gemini can only take up to 10. So then what you have to do is you take all your documents and you condense them into one very long document, you know, in which sometimes that can get a little bit dicey versus if you just have 25 clean documents. And then same with like ChatGPT, they keep dropping new features, stuff like that. People feel very comfortable with that platform. So that's kind of why I use it. And then the agent mode. So ChatGPT's agent mode is not as good as Manus's, but it does work. and Manus is a credit-based system. So if it's like it's not a difficult task that I want to use the agent mode feature on, like opening that window and actually clicking through, then I'll use ChatGPT, just so that I don't have to bust my credits on Manus, right?
So certain ones have different strengths and weaknesses, and
Yeah.
just get used to them after playing with them for a little bit, kind of knowing.
Exactly. I like to take a very tech agnostic approach with these things, right? So I'm just like, whatever's the best, I'll use that, but I still want to be on top of it because it's literally one feature away from being changed. It's like, oh man, ChatGPT was like crushing it for so long. They dropped ChatGPT 5 and then 5.1. When they dropped GPT 5, people weren't happy about it, and they just felt like it wasn't good. For like the first kind of few weeks, it wasn't that good. And so everybody started moving over to other platforms just like that fast. Now that they dropped Gemini 3, people are moving over from ChatGPT, just, start thinking like this. So people are moving and they're kind of getting used to not being just married to one platform, because you're not just marrying the platform, you're marrying that business, and these are just some big wigs that's making decisions based on stuff that we don't really care about, right? And so sometimes you want to just follow. For me, I follow the business itself more so than just the platform, right? And the things that they're doing. So the reason why I use Gemini mostly on top of like Manus, those two, Manus, it can do a multitude of things, and then Gemini is just more integrated. And I believe in Google's mission overall that they've had since the beginning of time more than I believe in like Sam Altman. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is just ChatGPT. So like Google, they're doing things right now like Google AlphaFold. And AlphaFold is using AI to understand and be able to write DNA code and sequence, right? So DNA is a 4D structure, and it's very hard for us as humans to really understand it and also to write it. So then we can't make organic things because we don't understand DNA to that level. AI and AlphaFold is able to unpack that and really understand it. So now we're actually making headway in genetics and things like that, like that we've never had before.
What about, it's an app called Nova?
Nova?
Yeah, it's like a chat GPT.
Like a LLM is what that is, the large language model kind of platform where you're typing into it?
Yeah, like, see, I have it on my phone. Like it has different types of apps within the app. So it has like, what's it called, Grok?
Yeah.
Grok is inside of it.
Oh.
It has chatbot, and it has like little different types of bots that specialize in certain areas. Like you have your own lawyer, you have your own doctor, you have your own like fitness coach, and anything you ask that's that's in regards to that topic or that person, that bot, it's like actually like talking to a real doctor, like a lawyer. Like you can't ask anything else other than those, like,
Yeah.
that's the subject that's your.
Exactly. So that's amazing as a software, from one, because it just gives people a curated approach to talk to what they want to talk to or who they want to talk to with AI.
Is it better than Gemini? I guess it's a question.
Not for me, but like for a lot of users, like that would be a very good interface for them. Like for me, what I typically do is I just get all of the data and information on a topic myself, and then I create a gem. Like in Gemini, I create a project in ChatGPT, and then I talk to that, and it's already like educated to the full extent, right? Like, so I could take, you can take textbooks of everything and condense it into one doc and feed it into a model, and now you're having a conversation with that. You're talking to the book, And so for me, I like to validate what that information is. I don't know exactly how they train those models on Nova. I'm sure they've done a good job of training them, but I know that my system of training and ingesting information is pretty refined and pretty sauced, if you will, right? It's pretty good. So I just do that for myself every time, and that way I have my own model that I can talk to whenever that comes across. There's also another one called Abacus, I think it is, Abacus AI, and it has like all the models in one model, so you can click between all of them and just use different things on them. And then it has the ability to build like, you know, things like MCPs and stuff like that. So model context protocol, it's like creating a brain on a specific topic that you can pull from at all times through all of the apps. So that's pretty advanced as well, but it's another version of kind of what you're saying, to where it just has all the different models in one.
Got you presenting.
Come on up, man. Let's see what you got, brother. Let's go.
And then Shannon might be ready too. She's working on something.
Okay, I'm excited.
In a little bit.
I have battery issues.
Oh man, this is clean. This is clean. I'm a fan already. Hold on. Let me see if I can get you up on the screen real quick. Boom. All right, we're gonna eject these. Oh.
8944.
So while that's coming up, I'll give it a slight intro. So in the community that I'm from, we have significant health disparities. I have 3 real close friends who have had males triple bypass. Unfortunately, a 4th one who had a quadruple bypass passed in July. And then I've heard about 3 other friends that have like prostate cancer. So there is a focus on how do we really have health as a central piece of what wealth is valued as.
I'm trying to get us back to it.
Okay.
It looks like it's working on something in the background. Was it on Chrome?
Yes. So, so in general, and I'm kind of like an outlier. I'm over 60, and sometimes people say, "Oh, yeah, are you really?" And I'm still a runner, and I like good food. So, identifying nutrient-dense foods with high oxidants, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, and making it culturally palatable is part of this business. So.
All right, forgive it a second now.
Okay.
You got a lot of tabs open.
I know.
I know these MacBooks are strong, but they got a limit on them. I do the same thing though. I do 50 pages.
I am working on that. That is one of my bad elements.
On the bright side, at least they were all professional tabs, right?
Yeah, I know that could have been crazy. Zoom out 50 tabs. Oh, zoom back in. Sorry.
Wow.
Let me try again.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Sometimes. Sometimes. Does it do it? 'Cause sometimes it does that. No? Interesting. I don't know why that's happening.
Yeah, it's computer stuff. It's always doing something super new.
So, let me see.
Let's try this real quick. Because I know that it was on there a second ago without the screen share. So let's see if we take it off. Does it give us back that access to it? It seems like it does.
Yeah. Some of this stuff.
So then this was here.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's showcase it like this. Just flip the screen around.
Oh, okay.
Feel free. Because it's not gonna, I don't know what's going on with the share.
Right.
But
So, okay. So this is what, and we're seeing it at the same time, so.
yeah.
Black Health equals Wealth Agenda 2030.
Oh yeah, it's on the stream.
You see it?
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream screen, so feel free.
And it says something about editing.
No, is it still editing?
It says edit with base. So I can just,
Oh, you don't need to click that. Yeah, just you should be able to scroll
okay.
on here.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to go on the other side because I'm not good at reading upside down, I think, and see what happens. So health is not a privilege, it's an equation. Black Health equals Wealth Initiative redefines the relationship between community health outcomes and economic prosperity. By 2030, we commit to measurable transformation, not just conversation.
Yeah, we'll straighten it up.
So what you may not know is that I asked it to help me with a website based about 3 or 4 documents that I provided it that will go to people like Robert F. Smith of Vista Partners, who has a couple of nonprofit or philanthropic focus of like Southern communities to improve health. To Janine, and I can't remember her last name right off, and maybe Ozell. She's the president of the National Society of Black Engineers. And then the third was Kobe Coleman of Coactive, right? Because, as I mentioned, I'm working to develop some agentic AI that will be used to identify help people track their health, as well as there's a component of the business to provide affordable, nutritious foods. So, master brand, it says the eternal foundation that transcends campaign and timelines. I don't know what that. So, mission vehicle. So it looks like it's looking for me to the structural agenda driving policy. Okay, so it looks like it didn't do that part just yet. So again, here is this Black Health equals Wealth initiative redefines relationship between community health outcomes and economic prosperity. By 2030, we commit to measurable transformation, not just conversation. So visual trademark, the rocket strategy protects the movement from today through 2030 and beyond. So it has a tagline, the eternal foundation, our Nike, just do it. Mission vehicle, Black Health is Wealth, the structural plan. So it looks like it gives me the framework. I have to fill in some other areas. Social merchandise, hashtags, social presence and branding merchandise, policy papers. So all of those are the, and I had, separate from this, had done some trademark research. So
nice.
It's mentioning some of those issues, such as like the mud cloth with the equal design and so forth, and some of the stack typography logo. So understanding the roadmap. Again, it goes back to this. This is our just do it. It's timeless and creates. Okay, so right now it looks like it's narrating the why. Which is nice. So then that is giving me some additional direction on how to fill in the gaps from something that took, 5 minutes to do? So
yeah.
The equation is simple, the impact is exponential. By 2030, we'll prove that investing in Black health creates generational wealth for individuals, communities, and the economy. Become a partner, 2030. Target year, we want to have 100+ partners. Lives impacted 50 million. And then it has infinite for legacy. So then, I think this might be okay, so this is the last page. This is the final page, Black Health as Wealth, transforming health equity into economic prosperity through measurable action by 2030. So movement, about us, Twitter, agenda, partners, impact report. So, I mean, I'm happy. It's gotten me a lot further than I was.
Man, that's an amazing output. And then some of the things you could do next is literally take some of those documents that just explain the parts that are missing, and you could just pump it straight in.
Yeah.
And like, hey, change this based off this document, and it's gonna give you a stellar output.
Okay.
Man, can I get a little small round of applause for my guy here, man?
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. All right, let me share this one. So we got the Press Beyond website. Hold on 1 second. Stay tuned.
This is a whole revamp of the website?
Yeah,
This is crazy.
from what he just showed us. Let's see what we were able to make in like 1 to 2 prompts. All I did was refine the navigation bar, and then I added the picture from the website as the owner website.
And you put it in Manus too, right?
Yeah, I did. I took it. So Manus gave me the prompt. It did the research on the pressbeyond.org. I took that prompt and pumped it into base 44 so we can see this. Boom.
So you're doing both Manus and base 44, or?
I don't build it in Manus. I use Manus to create the prompt
Is that your
so that it can go through and it can look and visually see everything that's on that site, and then pull all that information, turn it into text, so then I can pump it over here. So one thing that I've done too is like, look at this website, do a conversion optimization audit, and then use all of that context and research to build me a prompt for base 44 to build it, and literally copy and paste it, and it gives it everything that it needs. And so if let's go ahead and publish this bad boy, and then we're gonna go into it like it's fresh full screen here. Once I log in with Google and all this, okay.
There's that setting, right, that you can turn off.
Yes.
login.
Yeah, it's a little like checkbox, but I always forget to do that before I demo stuff. All right, so Press Beyond, you wanna come back through and check this out with us? Come on, man. Feel free, just be careful. Cords and wires. So press beyond until your limits are history. Was this something that was on the website, or did it just make this phrase up?
No, that was on there.
That was on there? Okay, good.
Okay.
Feel good, look good, do good. Was that on the website as well?
I love that one.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a good line. All right, cool. So fitness coaching, personal growth, community impact. Very nice. Train with a purpose. Ready to transform your life. Clean. This is the home page so far. So if I click join the challenge, let's see if it takes me to a challenge page. It does. 6-week transformation challenge.
Yep,
Crazy.
that was there. Yep.
Lose fat, build muscle, and reshape your mindset in 42 days, guaranteed. What is it? Unlimited group coaching sessions,
That looks so much better.
customized nutrition meal plan. Say that again. What is it?
That yeah. That looks so much better.
Come on. Real results. Are these testimonials real, or were these just ones that it made? Because sometimes it'll make some stuff now, and you got to change
It made those.
It made these? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But if you don't have testimonials, just leave something up. It's better than having
I have
nothing.
real testimonials. I just didn't know how to add them.
Ah, cool. So then literally you can take the testimonials, you can put it in one doc and just say, add all these testimonials to the website, add a consistently, or what I do is I add a consistently moving image slider. So then it's like a marquee of those testimonials that are going by. It's a clean effect to add into any page. All right, secure your spot. What does it take me to? Oh, no button yet. Okay. So then what I would do is I would take this and I would say, make the secure your spot button of the challenge page take me to a pop-up form that collects name, phone number, and email, or opens up the pop-up and embed this calendar, right? You can take a Calendly calendar or one from High Level and you can pump it straight into this as well, and they can book it. Or what you can do is you can have a checkout page that's connected to your Stripe or whatever those products are. But something that's really easy to do as well is to go to like that original site, because it's on Shopify, and Shopify is really good as a platform for e-commerce. You can, let me find the challenge from here. 1 second. How do you get to the challenge page?
So did you create the color tone, or did it create the colors? Like the orange, blue, whatever?
I believe Manus created the orange
Okay,
and the colors.
okay,
Previously, I believe it was like all white with blue, with the blue background.
okay.
So this looks a lot more attractive. Only because I know like they associate certain colors with certain things.
Right. It is.
So I know with fitness, orange is one of them. So that's huge. I like that.
And that's another thing that it'll do a lot of times is research the industry and see what colors are good for it. Like with healthcare, blue and purple are the colors, right? Always like Aetna, for example, and companies like that. So then what we're looking at here is, here's the rest of the menu, the about page, boom, our story, our mission, meet the founder, small bio, breaks down the philosophy, and then it just added some fluff people, some guys that don't and gals that don't look like they work out like that. But you can you can take it and you just add the pictures, whatever pictures that you want. Hey, change Chris's picture to this. Change Sarah's picture to this. If you have other people on the team, you can easily add them in at a flash, at a glance, and it takes no time at all.
That is amazing.
The services, boom, 6-week coaching plan. Are these prices accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, personalized coaching, personal training, nutrition coaching. Are those accurate?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a toss-up every time. It might not be. You always got to validate it, but it's always impressive to me when it gets the numbers right. It's one of the biggest
The fact
things.
that it has a newsletter on the bottom too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Community impact, upcoming events. You could take whatever calendar that you use and embed it directly in this page. Easy. Right? The newsletter feature, which is super clean. They just fill out the email. They subscribed. That information now goes into the system underneath the dashboard here. We should have the analytics, the users.
Those are real analytics?
Oh, well, this analytics, they are, but it's like me.
Oh,
The
okay.
page viewer is me. I went to the home page a bunch of times, refining it and doing stuff. But every time that you click toward that page, it'll mark those items as well, which is super clean. And then what I do is I integrate things like Google Analytics, Facebook Metapixel to be able to track. It gives you codes, and you just say, add this code to the header, and it does it.
Oh my God.
Easy. Here's the store.
That looks so much cleaner.
All you do is take the product pictures, and then you pump them in and change them out. And now this can be something to where they just literally click this, and it goes to the Shopify where it's hosted. The blog, no blogs yet, but it broke it down into categories: fitness blogs, nutrition blogs, mindset and community blogs. Right on money. Testimonials, right? Expanded page of the testimonials that you just need to change, add some pictures. And then the contact page, right, with some fluff info. This email is right. Address is fluff because there probably wasn't one. And then phone number is fluff until we change those.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
And the software you have to buy like where can you buy Manus at?
Oh, so Manus, if you go to manus.im, that is that's just where I made the prompt. You don't need that though. You can use like ChatGPT or Gemini, make the prompt do the same thing, research it, get the prompt. This platform is base 44. That's where we're actually building this right now, which is super low cost, right? I pay a ton for it at their top tier or whatever plan, but you get 25 back and forth conversations in order to build for free every month. And this is literally 1 prompt, 2 prompt, 3.
And I learned that the hard way, because prior to what I shared, I actually put similar information in ChatGPT and its output, and then I put it in Gemini. Now I did add a little extra context,
Right.
just maybe only like 2 more sentences, and Gemini performed superior than ChatGPT.
Yeah. For me, a lot ChatGPT, it just needs a ton of context. It'll give you a good output, but you have to give it a lot more context.
And for what I did, because it limited me to 3 attachments. And then when it did output, it said, okay, now, because I'm using it free, now you can't do anything else for another 4 or 5 hours. Whereas when I signed in with Gemini, it said, would you like to try Gemini 3? And I'm here, and I'm like, sure, I'm trying Gemini 3. And that's what
Give it to you for free.
Right. And I put 4 attachments.
Nice. And I don't know, man. This stuff took so long, a long time ago, or not that long ago, right?
I can't believe I've been paying that amount of money I was paying just to do something that takes 1 click.
You know, or a couple texts.
I paid like $4,500 for my website like 3 years ago, and then I still pay like web hosting and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what's going on right now?
Yeah, This just blew my mind. I'm like, the money that I'm dumping into this, I could be dumping into my business.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the problem that other people are going to experience that you guys aren't because you're here at the class is understanding how to truly build it out fully, right? Understanding how to do the research and build the full prompt so that you can give it to a platform like this. Most people are just going to say, you know, oh, this is my business, you know, this is kind of what I do, who I serve, and now build me a website. Right. Now those websites, they come out looking like every other AI-powered website, like everything is super colorful. It's like, oh yeah, you know, all the icons, red, blue, green, orange. You know, it's the same as everybody else's AI-powered website, right? But if you want something that's custom and something that is more, you know, unique, that's when you need to know how to prompt it at a super high level, right? You just need to know how to do that. But once you know how to do it, you can replicate it over and over and over. And when I'm saying over and over, I'm talking about like this is, you know, my inside of the Base 44 is just pages on top of pages of sites and apps and things that I've built. Now, this is just about landing pages and websites, but you can build apps on here, entire apps that are functional with AI agents as well. So Base 44 has a whole AI agent platform internally. So if you're trying to build agents, you can build a platform and build the agents inside of it to run it.
And not to hate on one of the universities I graduated from, but the business school that I graduated from, it was featuring about 12, whatever you call those areas for AI study. And because of what I've been doing, I put those 12 into, I believe it was Claude. And I asked, well, based on where I am, how much value added would these AI courses provide me? And it went through each one, and it says, well, in most cases, because you're learning this prompt engineering, except for, I think, maybe 2,
Right.
Almost like 10, you are already doing what they say they want to teach you.
You're already doing what they want to teach. That's most things. I just recently did a lecture at UNLV, a 2-hour lecture. I was teaching their marketing students just marketing and AI, and everything that I showed them in AI they've never seen before. And so I'm like, okay, well, then you're literally going into a field that is shifting so fast that a lot of this might not be as relevant. The things that you're learning are possibly theory, you know, philosophy on these things. Those are all good to know. And it's practical as well once you get in there, learning psychology behind things, sociology behind these things. But when you actually need to go and do it and apply it, that's where it becomes very dicey for people. And then you have like people who are like brand strategists who are charging an exuberant amount, but then you're not getting the recoup back on those dollars because they don't know how to implement the actual strategy.
Yeah, that's the disconnection.
That happens all the time. It happens with website designers. That's why I'm telling even web builders, I'm like, dude, you guys need to get on these platforms so that you can sell it, because if you know how to do it, Somebody else who has no knowledge, they're not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to do it, you know, and all the things that it needs to take it to that last 20%. It's fun to build it and to see it, but like now you have to connect the payment. Now you have to make sure all the buttons work. Now you have to make sure that the web hooking is connected to your CRM, and then you have to make sure that the DNS is connected so that it's launched. Those are like easy enough to where you can ask AI how to do it step by step, but nobody wants to do that. You know, if you go Fiverr and you pay somebody $100 to go ahead and do all that for you, that's what you want to pay for, not the, you know, $500 for them to build it and then still have this back and forth loop of revisions and edits and disconnects. And it's like, man, it's never, every time that I tell them to do something, they do exactly what I asked for, but no more. Right? And it's like, dude, I'm asking you to do it, but I also want you to put your expertise on it so you can build it out to the fruition of what it needs to be. Right? That's what AI is able to do. You could take a concept and it extrapolates that, expands it, and then turns it into the actual finished product that you would want to look at, not just what you're telling somebody, because you're not a developer. If I'm not a website builder and I'm telling you what I think should go into it, I'm asking you for your expertise. I'm not telling you to just build what I said, because I don't even know. You know what I mean? You don't really know what you need. You're like, I'm trying to tell you what I think I need, but if you have more context, and for me, I've been building websites for so long that I have just crazy amounts of context to how they need to be built before. I know the term, like, how many of you guys heard the term conversion optimized before y'all walked in here? One? Exactly, you know? If you don't know that terminology, you're not gonna use it when you're prompting anything. Conversion optimized just means that literally this page is built efficiently enough to make conversions, which are sales or people taking action on the actual page. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, then, you know, all that context. So once again, if you guys don't have this QR code, this is like all the prompts that you will need for this process, right? It'll use this framework. You can tell it research the business, everything that we do, and then you can use this for a structured prompt. And then all these other prompts are just things that you can use to refine that website. Brother, thank you again. And I'll send you, just make a base 44 account. Okay. I'll collaborate this with you. It's yours.
Hey, man, thank you.
Of course.
Hey, appreciate that.
My man.
You don't need nobody needs to outsource globally.
You gotta take the picture.
We got it right here in the neighborhood.
What's your daughter's name?
7.
7? So you could say that she was a part of the creation process.
Yeah.
7 years from now.
Yeah, literally. Come on.
You updated it.
And so these are some of those prompts that I'm talking about that are on that QR code, right? Like things that you're not thinking about. Increase the white space between the sections to improve readability and design a more breathing room for the website. Add 60 pixels of padding between major sections and 30 pixels between subsections.
That's what you sent us?
Yes, that's what's on that QR. So like these type of prompts, right? Color scheme modifications, typography changes, mobile responsiveness, section reordering, layout structure, things that you just maybe don't know about. If you read it and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I needed to do, I understand. And you just copy and paste it in. All right. But that's it, man. Thank y'all for sticking with me to the end of this workshop, brother. Like, I really appreciate y'all. And if y'all need help, you know me. I'm Yeah, no, I gotta record it soon.
Dude.
I don't have it yet, but I have the presentation for it, and I've only been teaching them in person for people who come down to the incubator.
Wow.
But what we'll probably end up doing is because Elias, he has his CRM that has a lot of digital literacy courses already in it.
Yeah.
We'll